Hello again and welcome back to another one. And I know it's been a couple of days and I apologize for the quote blackout. I had a couple of things to deal with in the past few days, but today we are back with another one. From a couple of latest milestones for rappers like Eminem over the last few hours that's being championed by Drake fans especially for obvious reasons as you'd see in a moment. And today we also have more that continues the back and forth between 50 Cent and Vivica Fox, who dated over 20 years ago, and since then it has been all over the place, as back in 2018 she spoke on how she's open to dating 50 Cent again, and even as recent as 2023 she was open to getting back with 50.
He was in love with you, girl. Would you ever think about getting back together with Mr. Curtis Jackson if he came and said, well, Ben and Jen did it again, why not?
But she switched up on the rapper just days ago, and 50 Cent has since reacted, all while she's getting dragged for her recent comments about him. More on this in a moment. And today we'll be starting with the Grammys getting, quote, exposed again, and like we've come to expect, a certain clip makes a comeback every year when certain artists get snubbed. And before we get to the classic, the latest nominees were revealed just days ago that saw Glorious by Glorilla, God Does Like Ugly by J.I.D., Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clips, GNX by Kendrick Lamar, and Chromacopia by Tyler get nominated for Best Rap Album. And Kendrick Lamar was the most nominated artist for the upcoming Grammys, with 9 nominations that included Album of the Year, Best Rap Album, Song of the Year, Best Rap Song, 2 nominations for Best Rap Performance, Best Melodic Rap Performance, and Pop Duo with Caesar. And it didn't take long for fans of rappers like Drake to start pulling up clips to drag the Grammys, like this one from NBC's Nightly News.
Your truth. You have to tell your truth.
Deborah Dugan says last week the Recording Academy offered her millions of dollars if she would keep her silence. She refused.
Is the awards process corrupt?
It's rigged.
12,000 Academy members vote to determine the top 20 nominees for a Grammy Award. But Dugan, alongside her attorney, says committees who pick the final nominees can be influenced.
You're saying that in some cases, the nominating process has the involvement of people who have an interest in the nominations, artists who might be nominated are in the room.
Absolutely.
And not just the artists, it's the people who have business affiliations with the artists as well.
Could represent the artist.
Are in the room.
Yes.
What about the allegation that artists have made that it is predominantly white, that the decisions are being made by males? Is that true?
It is true. It's predominantly white males that call the shots.
She says Sunday night, artists up for Song of the Year took spots from Ariana Grande and Ed Sheeran.
When you move somebody up, somebody comes out. And I was in the room and I did see that happen.
And the OP added under Eminem, Nicki Minaj, Drake being telling us though, along with a handful of other pop stars, Jay-Z's influence on them transpiring to Beyonce, or fact he has so many when Nas existed during his prime, is just further proof Grammys ain't ish. And perhaps this is one of the few cases in which you'd find Drake fans all rallying behind Eminem, and I'm not saying they are wrong, but it is convenient for them to do it this time around for obvious reasons, and they kept going in response to the clip. This explains why Doechii won over Eminem and Future, and the classic made a comeback on X. We all know it, especially Eminem, who got robbed for Album and Record of the Year twice. Shrugs emoji.
Never again will I f***ing go to the Grammy.
Well, now I know Jimmy Jam and some of the members of the board there are reaching out. Just Blaze and different folks are now trying to make it better. Would you ever consider joining the board and maybe you have a vote in it?
First of all, that vote is fake as f***. That's not a real vote. That's not a real vote. They give it to who they want to give it to. They give it to their darlings. Oh, this got critical acclaim, but it sold 2 records. Like, it ain't about always what you sell. I get that. Vanilla Ice, I understand. But there comes a point when an overwhelming something comes along that has this wave and impact on music, and you give it to Lada Dottie. Who? Lada Dottie. It's not like Lottie Dottie. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, man, I don't know who won over Kendrick and Jay. Bruno Mars is fucking incredible.
Bruno Mars is great. But I remember Beyonce didn't win for the album Lemonade. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they're so fucking tone deaf to what is actually going on. I guarantee you that the people from the Grammys was on the phone with Beyonce's people or Jay-Z's people saying every year that they're up for something, hinting they're gonna win to get them to come there.
So you over that?
Guarantee you.
You over that? I guess I won't see you at the Grammys this year.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not? Okay.
Yeah.
What if you're nominated?
First of all, I won't be.
Okay.
Because they know that I don't like them. And if I was, I wouldn't win because they know that I don't like them.
And it wasn't just the Eminem clip. We got this one from DMX that also made a comeback. DMX exposes to the industry. They tell when you can get an award. DMX did not want to perform with Jay-Z, so they give away DMX's award to Nelly.
So they tell me I'm gonna get an award. I said, but we want you to perform with Jay-Z. I'm like, you know what? I don't mind performing with Jay-Z, but they wanted me to come out, like we both walk out together. He does 8 bars or 16 bars of one of his songs. So what the f am I supposed to be doing while he's doing his song? Oh, you just like on stage with him. I'm like, no, ain't nobody's f***ing hype, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you want me to perform with him, I'll come out when my part is on, and then I'll stay on stage while he leaves, but I'm not walking out on stage with him while he does his one song, then we do our song together, and then I do my song. Nah, that's not happening. And so I just didn't go. I'm like, fuck it. They said, we really want you to perform. I'm like, I don't want to perform. You know, if I'm already getting this award, then I've already earned this award. I shouldn't have to perform to get it, because I already earned it. They gave it to Nelly, gave the performance to Nelly, and gave the award to Nelly. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, this is industry shit, man. This is a bunch of cowards. You know what I'm saying?
And before we get to another one that shows Drake fans out here championing Eminem for obvious reasons, following the latest report, we got Vivica Fox continue to flip-flop on 50 Cent. One day she says she's open to dating 50 Cent again, and the next day we get this.
Fire to chase after their dreams. Don't date 50 Cent, don't date no damn rappers. Years to be able to laugh about it. Right. I had to learn to laugh, not to cry no more. But I did it. Yes.
And for context, she was asked on what advice she would give to her 17-year-old self, and she answered with a straight face, don't date 50 Cent, don't date rappers. But hold up, E.T., you might ask, how old was Vivica Fox when she dated 50 Cent? Sure, she wasn't 17. And of course, the roasting session began. Vivica, you were 40 when you dated 50 Cent. I mean, what are we doing here? And users on social media didn't hold back. She's older than him by 11 years, and some users expanded. I need her to stop blaming 50 Cent for the way her life turned out, laughing my bum off. And while many users were gearing up in preparation for 50 Cent to clap back with 50 subverted expectations this time around, and he took to IG to respond. Either way, I'ma have that bomb in the Matrix. You know I love me some you, girl, but damn. It has been 22 years, Vivica shrugs emoji. And while some have expanded in response to 50, see, he got growth, he took it easy on her loudly crying emoji. But this is, quote, growth reserved for a few like Vivica Fox when it comes to 50, so don't expect more of this moving forward. And speaking on 50 Cent, we also got to hear from Chris Brown about how 50 had the chance to sign him early on.
It got serious to me when I booked and this had nothing to do with music at the time, but because we showcased our musical talent, we booked the job. It was for a G-Unit campaign. Oh shit. Right? And so like, I was like, you know what? 50 Cent, he gonna be able to see us. He gonna be at the shoot. We can give him our demo. We can sing, you know, the typical, like, I want to get signed. So we actually did the audition. It was like, man, you kids are phenomenal. And they booked us. Boom. We got there. We backstage with all of them. Like but I never really hung with 50 at that time. He just was always respectful. Like, what's up, y'all? Boom, boom. But we was around Lloyd Banks, a couple of different guys. Hey, but we were bad little kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? We already had, like, so we was like, we trying to smoke out on the side. They like, man, what y'all doing? Right. So it was like, nah, we rap and we sing. So we started performing with them, and then it was like, you know what, man, this is dope. And then I remember one like, man, but we don't know how to market no damn kids. We some so I was like, damn, like I understood it.
And 50 shared that video with the caption, "Knew Chris Brown had it back then. I just didn't know how to market kids. I went to award shows to see him get busy. Now he's the best we got. Like it or not." And if Jermaine Dupri and Dr. Dre weren't cool, I'd reach by saying 50 was throwing shade at JD. But hey, what are your thoughts on this revelation? And moving on to the next point. It has been a couple of latest milestones for rapper Eminem, as shortly after he extended his record and became the first rapper to have 6 songs hit 2 billion streams on Spotify with Love the Way You Lie. Just days later after this, the same Love the Way You Lie got certified 6 times platinum in the United Kingdom. And there is more, as Eminem became the 3rd rapper to surpass 60 billion streams across all credits on Spotify. It goes Drake, Travis Scott, and now Eminem. And boy, many hip-hop fans refuse to let go of the versus battle debates we covered weeks ago, as this milestone sparked reactions like, "You will never find Jay-Z in these conversations, but somehow he's beating everyone in a versus." And yes, this was coming from a Drake quote, "stan," which takes us to our next point in this video that got Drake stans involved after news hit the web that Eminem surpassed Kendrick Lamar on Spotify to become the #2 rapper in the world for most monthly listeners on the platform over the last 28 days. And while this sparked reactions like, "Bro, how this MFer came out in the 90s, loudly crying emoji, goated-ish right there." And many Drake fans have also used this as another opportunity to take digs at a certain rapper they don't like. After losing 150,000 monthly listeners in the last 24 hours, Kendrick Lamar drops to 3rd place among rappers with the most monthly listeners, overtaken by Eminem. And this was a breeding ground for those who accused Kendrick of using bots. Wonder why he fell off from 110 million so fast, and while the replies was flooded with laughing emojis aimed at Kendrick, insinuating foul play, but objectively we know that Kendrick Lamar got a huge boost due to the Super Bowl performance. I mean, Kendrick even outstreamed Eminem on YouTube Music in February and March, all thanks to the Super Bowl, but that hasn't stopped the botting allegations. Kojo's bots disabled. However, some Kendrick fans have fired back with, "Drake fans talk about Kendrick more than Kendrick fans do. They embarrass me, OVOs." But on the flip side, we also got some wild takes after Eminem surpassed Kendrick on Spotify, as we also got takes like, "All this tells me is that more white people use Spotify than people of color."
Oh, no.
Oh, we are back to the classic "only white people listen to Eminem" narrative. And this is ironic because if you exclude the Western world, the gap between Eminem and Kendrick Lamar and pretty much every other rapper widens objectively. It doesn't shrink in actuality, because Eminem's been the biggest rapper of all time outside the Western world for well over a decade and counting. Even in places where you could easily go a whole month without seeing a quote Westerner, if you know what I mean. And one more thing that's shocking rap fans right now, Eminem's Mockingbird recently re-entered Spotify's daily global charts when it earned over 1.2 million streams today. And with this entry, Eminem had 3 songs on the global chart, the most for any rapper in the world right now on Spotify. And some rap fans are using this to lament on the current times in hip-hop. Hip-hop is so dead these days, people are going back. And well, mainstream hip-hop recently hit a 35-year low on the Hot 100 like we covered days ago, although this doesn't apply to the quote underground. But that will be all for today, and I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one real soon.